As a Year 6 teacher, using Mind Skill Transition has been a really positive experience, being a time where, you know, they are thinking about transition. So it's been an opportunity for me to quickly find out what their thoughts are and to be able to plan something very quickly for them and make it a real positive whole class experience.
Transition means to me like moving on from like secondary beginning, so like going to primary and then secondary. It's like a new step in my life and it's quite a big step.
The resources help me to like feel less worried and know that I'm not the only one who's worried about going to secondary school.
The resources have been a really good way of glimpsing what's actually going on inside the heads of the Year 6 children at the moment, with SATs and transition and different schools coming up. I mean, we're obviously aware that they're going to be facing this change and it's a very emotional time, but sometimes you don't really know what their worries are, or perhaps they don't necessarily share it with you. So the resources have given an opportunity for us to watch the video together in a sort of very relaxed way.
I really liked the one where Alan said to all the kids there's nothing actually to worry about because you don't actually know it's gonna happen, so don't worry about it.
We have no evidence that anything will happen. You waste all your time worrying when you could be thinking about all the good things that could happen.
What was really nice in the resource was to talk about self-talk. A lot of the children hadn't heard about this before and they instantly could identify that there's a positive way to turn around a negative thought. And I think because self-talk is such an easy, catchy phrase, it's something that's going to stick with them. And I've already heard them, you know, talking about it just in sort of break times and lunch times. Do you remember that self-talk?
Self-talk is where you are talking in your head. It can be positive or negative.
Instead of focusing on the scary parts where you worry, you focus on the positive parts.
Have a positive mindset and you say to yourself, it's all going to be fine and I will get through this.
And maybe I will make friends and maybe I will be able to do the homework, because maybe there's going to be not as much homework as I think there's going to be.
With Daniel, it was mostly negative because he was so worried about getting bullied or not being able to fit in or too much homework or stuff like that.
My mum put me in self-defence classes and told me not to be bullied. And my dad said I'd better work harder because the work's going to be more difficult. And I'm just worried I won't find anyone like me.
Something else that's been really, really good for the resources is the time that it's taken for me as a teacher to take that on board with the class. Literally a quick look at the lesson plan and then we put the video on. It was really pitched very well for the children, for the ages. They identified with the characters. It was quite funny in parts. It's not too long, so the children were engaged. Often we could then go over the video again and just check that we all understood about those worries or if there was anything that we wanted to share.
I find it helpful like looking at other people's worries because it helped me in a way as well, because I can sometimes relate to them as well. Like someone's like, oh, I'm scared about making new friends. I can kind of relate to that as well.
I'm a bit like Daniel because a bit smart like him. I think we're just really similar.
The character that identified me was Abby because she was scared of fitting in and I'm scared of fitting in because I don't know anyone there.
I would recommend it. It's a very easy resource to pick up and it comes with handouts. So it's up to you whether you use them. Sometimes I did my own thing, some whiteboard work, and we just did a circle activity looking at each other's thoughts. Another time we looked at the worksheets and we didn't actually discuss them as a class because it was something that I could pick up and talk about further with the children, or even take into my transition meetings with my secondary teachers.
Just writing those things down helped me know that I wasn't going to be really down and I was going up to secondary school, so that really gave me a confidence boost.
If I could summarise it all, I'd feel relieved that I'm not the only one going through it.
The resources have made me feel a lot better because I was worrying about some of them things.
The word I would use is helpful. They're very calming. They've helped me be calm and not be worried.